You're talking about how it did work, all the interviews you did. It really did. 2 weeks at #1. How does it feel?
Beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Feels good. I mean, #1 the whole country. That's a big accomplishment. Start this over.
Go right ahead. How does it feel, Jay-Z? Feel like a guy in a locker room.
Yeah.
So how did it feel to be #1?
It's a beautiful thing. Like #1 in the whole country. That's just a major accomplishment. Appreciate everybody that went out there and supported that joint.
Now, I'm sure everybody was telling you your record was going to come in at #1, but still you don't know until you hear. Where were you when you heard for the first time your record was #1?
Well, you know what I mean? I'm like co-owner of the company, so we was watching the sales all week. You know what I mean? We was calling all the outlets and checking the whole week, so it wasn't like a big shock, though. But when we got the final number, I think I was with my man Michael Kaiser from over at Def Jam, and we went out to the Bronx, so we celebrated cigars and champagne and all that. Yeah.
On a huge week for hip-hop, too. That whole 1, 2, 3 thing, you were leading the way. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, but the other two that came in was Outkast and Tribe, so it's a good thing. Then Lauryn Hill and...
Why do you think this record has done so well? What do you think is touching so many people about the record?
I think that creatively, like, the zone and the emotions that was put into this album, like when people heard the album, that they really related to the joint.
Everybody talking about the Annie sample. Has that been fun for you to hear all the response to that?
Yeah. I mean, actually, when we got that sample, I never thought we'd be able to get that sample. I didn't think we'd be able to clear the sample. So when we cleared it, we was jumping around anyway. So we knew like it was gonna be a huge record. You know what I mean? Like,
how do you clear? You just talked to a lot of young girls who are now 23 years old who sang on Broadway a long time.
Yeah, we just sent. I think it was somewhere like London. We had to send the request to, and they just sent it right back, like right away. You know what I mean? Oh.
It's an amazing thing, isn't it? To hear it come out of so many car stereos all across the country. It's incredible. It's like
one of those songs that once you hear it, you sing it all day long. So like every time they play it on the radio show, they play like 2 times. It's like the #1 requested record on the station, like by the end of that week. You know what I mean? So it's a very infectious song. Everyone sings it.
As a record company president, do you think you can keep it going for 3 more weeks? Do you like your chances to stay at #1 when the SoundScan figures come out this week?
I like my chances. One more time. That Lauren, though, she's tough. She's tough. We'll see.
Lauren's totally all over your back, isn't she? You're really fighting it out there.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere. She's been out for a minute, too. Chill out. Let me get a little shine. Shine a little bit.
2 of you are just an example what a great year it's been for hip-hop from so many different cities, New York, New Orleans, Atlanta and stuff. Why do you think this year has seen so many different areas produce such great music?
It's just like once you get over the fact that hip-hop isn't going anywhere and it's a music and it's a rebellious voice from all the younger people and all the younger people from ghettos, and it's what people, it touches people, you know what I mean? It affects so many aspects of life, like, clothing and, just everything, you know what I mean? It's not just music, it's a culture, you know what I mean? So it's just
you're not making music. Like, what's your favorite thing to do, not music related?
Like I said, I don't do too much, like, besides party, you know what I mean? Besides party, I don't really do too much when I'm not recording. Like, when I'm not recording, I'm in the office. When I'm not in the office, I'm recording. When I'm not doing both, I'm at a show. When I'm not doing that, I'm at the pier by the water with y'all. So when I'm not doing anything, I'm trying to sleep.
What kind of boss do you think you are?
I think I'm too nice. Let's stop being more stern. Get a couple people out of there. Nah, but real, I like to see I like to think of myself as being a pretty cool person to work with. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Pretty easygoing. I don't argue so much. That's my other partner. Need that for him.
So it just reminds me, we were talking that since you don't think maybe the fans are pretty fickle in hip hop, and like right now you're the hottest thing. Like, does that even? Does that go to your head at all, or do you just know that like you're as hot as your record? Like, how do you deal with?
Oh, you're definitely hot as your next record. Like, you could trust if I put out something that's not right or something that people are saying is whack right now. They ain't messing with me. Bottom line, I mean, that's just the harsh realities of this type of music and this type of business. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Nobody's in the club jumping around because you had a hit in 1991. They not jumping, you know what I'm saying? It's not like that. They hopping and they jumping around at what's happening right now. Everything in hip hop is new and fresh.
Things I was going to ask you is what we talked about in the other interview that we had when you came into MTV, but just for this one, what made you, like, what was the kind of turning point in the recording process for this album, like, that kind of made you excited? You know,
it wasn't. It's like nothing you can attribute to nothing. You know, physical or nothing like certain event that happened. I always say it's like that night when Jordan was playing Portland and they was playing in the playoffs and he just shooting threes. I think he had like 9 threes or something that night, and he was shrugging his shoulders like they was like, "What's happening?" He was like, he was just feeling it. It was just, he just got that groove.
Because I think you also mentioned that maybe with the last album you felt too much pressure to be.
It wasn't the pressure of being, you know what I mean, Jay-Z. It was just so many different things that was going on, happening, and it was just, and I never really wanted to be like just making albums every year. You know what I mean? That wasn't my intent. My intent was to come in here so we can have some place, you know, for myself and my peoples. You know what I mean? So we can work and we can enterprise in a legit manner. You know what I mean? Was to have Rockefeller. It wasn't for me to be, you know, Jay-Z an artist. That's why I said that the first album was supposed to be the first and the last. You know what I mean? That was the plan right there. You know? But then, you know, I don't know, we ain't know too much about this whole music thing. You got in there and seen the different things that transpired and things that go on. You can never plan nothing like that in the music business. You know what I mean?
So would you consider yourself like a reluctant star?
Very much so. You know?
So you...
I'm practicing my president's wave. It's working?
Yeah.
What, 75%? Working on it. It's going.
Yeah. So how's
Me and Bill gonna hang out too, and then
I know.
we gonna get it. We gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
We gonna go back to the place, have some Louis XIII, some cigars, and some chicks.
Well, you know the president likes cigars.
See?
Yeah.
It's about to happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the girls though.
Have you been boxing lately?
Yeah, today.
You went today?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we didn't get that.
Huh?
We didn't get that.
Huh?
We didn't
Oh,
get
we
that.
didn't go box with you.
You should invite us to see you boxing. That'll be cool.
I don't want people to think that, you know, they could test me on the street. You know, they might get all hype with it, like, oh, he could box? Let me see. And then I'll.
Are you better than you box with you?
You should invite us to see you boxing. That'll be cool.
I don't want people to think that, you know, they could test me on the street. You know, they might get all hype with it, like, oh, he could box? Let me see. And then I'll.
Are you better than you were last month when I saw you?
What you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything.
What you mean by
I'm
that?
just saying, are you, you know, you feel like you're improving?
Yeah, I wouldn't continue.
I'm not saying you were
Didn't I
bad
tell you
before.
that everything I do, that I've mastered?
Yeah, that's true.
If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it the best.
Yeah.
So 2 more years, I'm gonna be fighting Roy Jones.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like at a benefit somewhere, but you're gonna be like, why? But I can't talk to nobody walking back there. At a benefit, I'm gonna get some nice shots in on Roy, and then everybody they're gonna take me serious.
Well, David was saying that he was gonna
He going Golden Glove.
Yeah. Is he gonna do it this year or next year? Because this year he kind of messed up. He was supposed to do it. We can cross here. We can cross here,
This way?
right, Marla? Oh, she's checking.
Hey!
Why are they going?
What you doing? Telling the police. Telling the police. What's up, man? What's happening? Put
I
on
have a
Mariah's.
pen in my bag.
Let me put on Mariah's belly. I want y'all to see that. I'm gonna give her a Jay-Z tattoo. Next time you see that, that's gonna really be on Mariah's belly. Jay-Z tattoo. All right, we gotta have a shot of Louis.
Shot of Louis?
Yeah, please.
So people are not going to think you're boring if you're sitting around smoking cigars, having shots.
Yeah, relaxing.
Yeah, is this your first time to relax since the album came out, or?
Just about.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Terrible, right?
So what have you been doing? So you just been, have you been home at all, or?
Well, as soon as the album dropped, we went on a retail thing. We went to every city. We did in-stores, met the people, signed autographs, and then we had parties in each city, like album release party. You had it, guys. You got it going, man. Make it right. What you doing over here? So, we went on.
Well, I know that one of the things you told me was that, like, with the last album, you were kind of, maybe not disappointed in it, but you just didn't have the same kind of
I love the album. No, that's not. Don't get me wrong. It's just the creative process wasn't like this album. You know what I mean? It was so fun making this album that being a Monday morning quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have made the album a little differently. Like I just put those together. Like man, let me just finish it. But at times I really got into my groove. Like I said, as you see with Miss You Must Love Me. And She's is watching, Imaginary Players, and Where I'm From, all those songs, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't creating, I was just doing it to get it done. You know what I mean? There was so much going on.
So what made you feel better about going into this third one? I mean, because you had said this would be, the last one was going to, or this one was going to be your last. You told me during the recording.
No, I mean, my man. Cool. Yeah, we need another one. We're going to have toast.
Oh, you're two outside?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, I'm all right. It's fine.
Tell me, like, what made you so excited about this album? Because I know that at one point you said this would be your last album.
It was like, I don't know, just this everything. That's the creative process was just, everything was popping. I was in one of those things where you just can't explain it. Like everything you record, it's better than the last one. It just was one of those times where I just hit it. Just got into a groove with it. Every time I was coming out of the studio, I was creating something that was crazy. Like right now, we have 2 songs right now that's bidding with each other. That's so crazy. Like I never had a song over 1,500 plays on BDS plays on the radio. I have 2 right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's growing. Mm-hmm. So I mean, just that groove is translating. It's really people are feeling it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So will this be your last album?
I don't want to say that. I'm gonna leave that open because I had so much fun doing this. I would love to do it again, but I don't want to pigeonhole myself and just say it's the last one. Mm-hmm. We just see how it turns out.
I'm going to ask you, just because on the same vein, is we've also talked that you are a ghostwriter and you write for a lot of women. And I'm not asking you to say who you write for, but how do you think that, like, you, especially never being in love, how do you write for women so well? How do you?
I study people. You know what I mean? How I write for people, I study people. Like a lot of times, you'll see me somewhere, I'm not very vocal and you think something wrong and I'm just standing there and I'm just observing. 'Cause I just watch people. I'm very observant. I just watch people. I watch their actions and the things they do, the things that they like, the things they dislike. You know what I mean? So, and that's just me naturally. That's not me taking care of business. That's just what I do. So, when it comes time to to work with some of these people, I just apply all those things, all those little things that I've noticed and picked out, the way she liked the good shoes and and just put it all down.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So do people come to you and say, will you write this for me, or just sometimes you kind of put yourself out there? Like, how does it work to process?
I never shot myself to write for anyone. You know what I mean? I'm just here. If you want to work with me, just holler at me. Time right, vibe right, money right. we can do it. You know what I mean? But I don't shot myself. Like, I don't write anything and then not use it either. You know what I mean? It's just not gonna work like that. If you want to work with me, that you gotta. That's how it is. You know, it ain't like I write something and do it and you. Nah. Well, I take a a suggestion here and a suggestion here, how to make, how to move this and how to do this. But when you hire somebody, you want them to do something for you. You tell them to bring their thing into your situation. So they just gotta let me go. You know what I mean? I take a couple of suggestions here and there, but for the most part, I'm gonna just do it how I do it, and that's it. It's not doing it over. That's it. You know what I mean?
So I know that you don't write anything down when you rhyme for your own work. So you write stuff, you actually physically write things down for other people?
Same way, I just put it down. I just go in there and do the track, lay it down, and they'll take the track, take it home or whatever, listen to it, and then come back and they'll do their interpretation of it.
So they like rhyme over what you've done? Or, I mean, you rhyme it out, you lay it down,
right,
and they listen to it, and then they basically mimic almost.
Right.
Okay.
Add their little twist to it, their little characteristics in there, the way they want to pause.
The article in the source, you were saying that you're kind of like, we're going to switch gears a little bit, but that you said that you told me that you had never been in love before.
You ain't put that in the article?
Yes, I did.
I don't think you did.
I did.
You left a lot of stuff out too. A lot of good stuff at the pier.
I know, but they only gave me a certain amount of time.
I'm messing with you. Yeah, it's just like I love women I was with. I love things about them. You know what I'm saying? But I never been in love with. They say love is forever, and I never felt that forever type of thing. You know what I mean? I never been away from anyone and be like, can't wait to get back to them, and I don't think I guard myself. I don't want to allow myself, but I know that, so I'm on my way to recovery. Maybe soon. I'm on my way.
So for people who think that like you're a player and you have all these girls and you're never at home, like is that the image of you out, off the camera?
I like a lot of different things. I think that's another reason. You know what I mean? Like a lot of different things. Like this girl might be witty, or this one might have a sense of style that I like. Until I can find that all in one person, I gotta keep moving.
So what's the most important thing to you about, what would be the most important trait that the woman would have to have?
I would just say witty, definitely witty. I like a sharp person. You know what I mean? I like a witty. I like that. Yeah. Not silly.
So, like, what do you mean not silly? Like,
just intelligent. What like can get a joke. You know what I mean? Like watch an episode of Seinfeld and just be, holding a stomach or something. But but not silly though. Not too silly. That's a hard trait to nail down right there.
You mean silly, like just stupid silly?
Yeah, like giggly.